I heard the noise of thunder.
Are you like your father? A gangster? A killer?
And I heard a voice. And behold, hell followed with him.
How's it going, guys? Welcome back to my channel and time for another episode of Luke's Reviews. On today's video, we have our third entry of this year into the Sony Spider-Man spin-off universe, but what also might be the final ever entry because Sony are pulling the plug on this universe? Who knows? All I know is that I have seen Kraven the Hunter. Yeah, I've seen it. After a terrible hunting accident, where a young Sergei is mauled by a lion, only to have the lion's blood mix with his, Kraven the Hunter is born, complete with superhuman senses, strength, and agility. But when his brother is kidnapped, Kraven will have to reunite with his dangerous crime lord father, and also come face to face with the Rhino. Raise your glass, everyone, as we toast in honor as the end of the Sony Pictures universe of Marvel characters, or as it's abbreviated, Spunk. To the Spunk, you may not have given us any decent films. That's all I've got. And what a way to close things out with Kraven the Hunter, a character that was screaming. Was he screaming? I never heard any screams, but apparently he was screaming to have his own spin-off movie. Oh. Honestly, I'm really going to sound like a broken record here, but I'm going to tell you the exact same thing that I told you in my review of Madam Web, and the exact same thing that I told you in my review of Venom: The Last Dance. I just don't care about these movies, and they don't give you a reason to either. From simply a storytelling perspective, Kraven the Hunter is a tiresome narrative where the plot shuffles and drags its feet before all of a sudden making these giant unexpected leaps that make zero logical sense. The dialogue is atrociously written as you have ancillary characters whose sole purpose is to speak exposition and exposition alone, but to make matters so much worse, they are plagued by god-awful ADR. Admittedly, I'm not going to say that it's borderline Ezekiel Sims level of ADR, because that is a borderline crime against cinema.
Every day that goes by, my appointment with death gets closer. And you still have found nothing?
But there is no excuses for a big budget studio blockbuster to have this level of dog shit ADR. Grunting and sprinting his way through this lead role is Aaron Taylor-Johnson, who has demonstrated immense likability and charm in his previous roles, but for this picture, clearly left all of that in his dressing room. Kraven is a fairly one-note character who always resorts to violence to resolve situations, but yet again, I turn to the question I always do. How on earth can you expect a Kraven the Hunter solo movie to work? His character was never that deep to begin with. As for supporting characters, little redemption can be found in them either. Ariana DeBose is stuck with a thankless sidekick role who is only there to help guide Kraven from A to B. Fred Hechinger leaves ancient Rome behind to be in constant need of rescue, and Alessandro Nivola makes some questionable choices as the film's central antagonist, the Rhino, who I want to say in the film's defense, shockingly, the look of the Rhino is okay. I actually don't mind that. And then there is Russell Crowe doing what Russell Crowe seems to be doing in all of his movies lately.
And that is speaking in a very low, husky, grumbly, vaguely Eastern European accent.
If you're after solid action, Kraven will tell you that it has a ton of R-rated grisliness. The truth is, they've only opted for the R rating to use for marketing purposes, because you could have easily done this film as a PG-13 or a 12A, The bloodshed and the swearing adds nothing to the film. The action sequences themselves aren't poorly shot. I mean, they're better looking than the ones that we get in Madam Web and Morbius, but and they're not exactly high grade. They're incredibly basic. And oddly enough, very short. They are over and done with before the sequence even feels like it's kicked into second gear, let alone even approaching high gear. And that's that. Kraven the Hunter appears to be one of the final entries into the spunk, and it stands alongside the rest of the films in being a colossal waste of time, effort, and money. Clearly made to act as a commodity to keep ownership and no effort spent to craft a worthwhile story together, Kraven the Hunter can't be categorized as a missed opportunity because there was little hope for it to begin with. I had a feeling that this film probably wasn't going to be very good going in because I'd looked up the film's soundtrack and saw that there are 3 credited composers, 3 vastly different credited composers. And at that point, it all sunk in that, oh god, this film has been absolutely butchered and hacked to pieces in the editing suite, not to mention the buttload of reshoots that they did. I did not have faith for this movie, and if I'm being completely honest, I still wound up feeling somewhat disappointed. So I'm going to give Kraven the Hunter a 3.5 out of 10. Anyway, guys, those were my thoughts on Kraven the Hunter. Let me know, have you had a chance to see this film yet? What did you think? Leave your thoughts in the comments below. And my question to you, I would like to know that if this is the end of the spunk, will you look back on spunk fondly? I really don't like how many times in this review I've said the word spunk, but that is all the time we have for today. So thank you very much for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next video.
Hello, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you have, make sure to click that like button, and if you aren't already, click that subscribe button too.